Hey, welcome to another pandemic report down here in the bunker. And yeah, it's I don't even know how many days this thing's been going on. It's been going on for way too long. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. Now we have seen a slight reduction in restrictions here. Let's say, what are we looking at? We're looking at hardware stores are able to, I guess, fully reopen with, standard distancing and stuff like that. So they allow a certain amount of people in the stores now. And then there's golf courses have opened up. Stores in general are allowed to, I think, open up as long as they maintain some kind of social distancing thing going on. Outdoor parks, I think, are open. But again, keep social distancing. Playgrounds are still closed, and large events still supposed to be limited to 5 people, and such like that. As far as going ons here in the household, it's starting to get to us. I know Leslie is getting a little skittish. She just wants things to something to be available to do stuff. We went to a dinosaur park where we were able to drive through. Normally it's not a drive-through thing, but they revamped it so you could drive a car through and see these animatronic dinosaurs outside. So we went and did that. We went to a provincial park that's like really, really close to us. We'd never gone to before, because we always kind of wanted to, because it's close to us, and provincial parks right now are free. Though, I mean, this is half of this provincial park is a campground. Campgrounds are closed. But the park itself is open. I think beaches are supposed to be closed. But people are going to beaches anyways because nobody's really monitoring these things. So there were people swimming in off the beach. So we're trying to get out and see things, but it's she's still feeling cooped up. I think the girls are starting to feel a little cooped up. And as much as I've been trying to keep everything happy, calm and collected, I unfortunately lost my temper the other day, and yelled at almost everybody in the house, and there's no justification for that. There was no it's just uncalled for, but obviously this is getting to me. I mean, there's no excuse for it. I'm not going to make excuses for it. But the fact of the matter is this stuff. It wasn't so bad when things were shut down and under lockdown. I didn't feel threatened by the virus. But now, as things open up more, and things are getting worse in certain, all over the world. Some places are getting better, but they're seeing, flare-ups again because they opened too soon. We're opening here, and I think they're looking to open up more and more and more. And it's starting. I am getting a little scared. If it was just me by myself, no family, whatever, it's no big deal. But got a family here, and I know sickness and problems for babies. And the little ones is apparently very, very minor. It's only select few cases where there's any problems at all. It doesn't make me any less scared for James. But out of everybody in this household, I'm probably the most at risk. Over 40, overweight, not in the best of shape. And on top of that, I have breathing problems already. I'm asthmatic. I have allergies. So I'm scared that should I ever contract this, I don't know that I'd come out of it. I don't know. The older you get, yes, I'm still young, but I'm not super young. I'm over the hill, as they say, right? So the body's not as fit as it used to be, and even if I was fit, if I was fit, but I'm not fit. I'm way out of shape. But it's the fact that I do have breathing disabilities already, so to compound that is scary. So yeah, between that and being cooped up, I don't mind being in the house, but the house is it's supposed to be it's supposed to be the safe haven, right? I have to go to work sometimes. We do have to go out and get groceries. We do want to go out and see things. But the house is supposed to be the safe haven where, you come home and you can relax and let the stuff that's happening outside go away. To some people, that's a good thing. To me, that's a good. I like being in the house. I don't like, I'd rather be inside than outside type thing. Some people that's not the case. Sarah, probably not the case. Leslie, probably not the case. Even James, probably not the case. James loves being outside. Emily, I think she's okay with being inside. But, eventually it gets to you and you want to, go to the mall or something, right? So yeah, it's... it got to me, and I was not a happy camper, and I took it out on everybody else, to which I regret, because it's not cool. It's just not cool. But hopefully, you're keeping level heads out there and you're staying safe, and everything's okay. I do know people are struggling with having birthdays and losing loved ones, not necessarily from the pandemic, but just in general, and not being able to do all the things that you would normally do, get-togethers, funerals, etc., etc., because of the way things are. And I know how hard that is and can be. It is stressful. It is not fun. But you gotta stay vigilant, right? Gotta stay vigilant. We gotta beat this. Because honestly, I really wish people had listened to people who were saying, we got to deal with this early, because people who did deal with it, countries who dealt with it early, guess what? They're doing really well right now. Countries who didn't do so well, didn't deal with it early, yeah, the numbers speak for themselves, and I don't even think the numbers that we're getting are the numbers that are right. I don't think they're true. I think the numbers are depreciated, I guess. I think there's more than we hear about, even for those who are trying to keep on top of things and really keeping their ear to the ground. Yeah, it is. But I've got some channels to recommend to you, because last time I talked about maybe you're cooped up, you're thinking renovations. Here's some renovation channels. Well, what if you want to renovate a castle? Maybe you want to own a castle? Well, guess what? There are people who own castles, and they're on YouTube, and they're renovating them. And so I'm going to give you a few little channels here about people who are in that boat. Now, apparently, these people are in France. France has castles, and apparently nobody wants to own them and renovate them. So several of these channels are people from England who have decided, you know what, I want to own a castle. Where can I own a castle? And France provided. So they've moved to France permanently and now live in castles, and now, are trying to renovate those castles while they live in them. I'd love to live in a castle. I think that'd be awesome. So the first channel up is Doing It Ourselves. 3 separate words. and this is a family, multiple people. Started off with one. I mean, before they started the actual channel, the channel is relatively new. I think it's only a couple of months, maybe 2 months old, and apparently, I guess the family, one portion of the family decided to buy the castle, and they invited the rest of their family. Said, "Hey, you want to come over and live with us? Go for it." And so the parents came over, and the guy who does the channel, I think it's his brother and sister and brother-in-law, brother and sister-in-law, I don't know, but he's the one doing the channel. He would actually will relate to the second channel, because he was a guest on another channel from somebody else who owned a castle and did YouTube, and she was the one who suggested, hey, why don't you do a YouTube channel? And Doing It Ourselves has blown up. Now, the thing about Doing It Ourselves is he comes across as very genuine. He seems very, very kind and loves old stuff. Young guy, and for the most part, he shows you the castle life, very much a vlog, but there is some scripted stuff as well. But shows you some of the repairs and stuff that he's doing and what they have planned and all that kind of stuff. So really, really cool. If you're at all into castles and at all into renovation and renovating a castle, Doing It Ourselves is probably one thing that would be pretty cool. Now he came from, what was the other channel? I'm trying to remember what it was. I think Chateau. Shoot, I didn't set this up before I started this video. The Chateau Diaries. That's it. The Chateau Diaries is kind of the gender opposite of this. This is a woman who, always wanted that princess castle, and of course she came over and eventually purchased a chateau in France. And she does a lot of scripted stuff as well, but again, then she does a lot of just tours and talks about it and such like that. She had her channel well before he did. I'm trying to think. She started in 2018, and her videos go back. She does a lot. She has a lot more video. We'll just say she has a lot more videos on her channel because she's been doing it for so long. And again, Doing It Ourselves, the guy from Doing It Ourselves actually shows up in a lot of them. Almost like I think she's had the channel off for a year now. But yeah, he shows up in a lot of them, and it's almost like you almost get because she will now show up, in some of his videos as well. It's like tit for tat, give and take type thing, right? Like they're friends, obviously. And so, yeah. It's funny, she suggested to the Doing It Ourselves guy to start the YouTube channel, and his channel's blown up way beyond what her channel is, even though she's been doing it for like a year and he's been doing it for a month. So the content is similar but slightly different. Obviously the personalities are different, and that plays out in the videos. I mean, they're just similar formats, similar subject matter, but for some reason they have a different feel, and I guess it all relates to the guy, the main character. So I mean, check them out. One is Doing It Ourselves. One is the Chateau Diaries. And yeah, they both have a different way of looking at things, and And I think there's another one called, I think it's called Chateau Life, which is, I'm gonna check. I'm pretty sure that's, yes, Chateau Life. Again, same type of thing. People who have bought in this case, it's more of a really old mansion. Doesn't have necessarily a lot of the aspects of a castle, but they've been around for roughly about a year, and I believe this is, for them, it's a guy and a man and a woman. Married couple, I'm guessing. And again, you find these other guys, the other two channels, people from them are showing up on their channel. Now, they don't have as many episodes as the Chateau Diaries. They do YouTube kind of as a side thing. Over a year, they've done, I don't know, like 15 to 20 videos. Whereas the Chateau Diaries has done, like, there's tons of them. Like, there's a new one that comes out every one or two a week. Doing it ourselves roughly does one or a week or two. So yeah, they're all relatively low in terms of content, but the content is all very similar. So if you're at all interested in castles and renovating castles while you're living in the castles, and the day-to-day type thing from the actual people who are there doing it, and not necessarily a TV show, because there are TV shows about people who renovate old buildings and such like that. This is a little bit different. This is more of a vlog type thing, more of the people who are there, talking about it, going on about it, and essentially, doing their thing and letting you see what it is, the behind the scenes, if you will, of chateau living, of castle living, of living in giant old mansions in France. And yeah, very, very cool. So if that at all interests you, I'll put links to all three channels down below. But yeah, let me know how you're doing. Again, like I said, been better here. I regretfully have lost my cool, and hopefully that doesn't happen again, because it's not pretty. It's not something I'm proud of. So it hurts the people I live with. It hurts me, and yeah. Hopefully you're keeping your cool. Hopefully you're staying safe. Hopefully, don't do as Rob does. Do as Rob says, or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Can't win them all, but you gotta try, right? Gotta stay strong, stay safe. So, thanks for watching. Till next video, take care. Have a good one.